Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of The Lab. I believe this is episode 37. And also, if you did not listen to our last special announcement episode, you should do that right now. It's probably called Big Announcement or something along those lines. So it's very important. Please click on it. If you haven't, also go to our website, that was like four W's, yourfitlab.com. I stuttered or had a stroke. I'm not really sure. I'm a little sleep deprived.
This is morning for you, so.
True, and I just, for some reason, couldn't sleep. It was very strange. But anyways, today we are talking about self-care and what it really means. We've kind of, I think, done this before, but we're going to keep hammering it down because I feel like it's something that just needs to be hammered down and repetitive until it's gotten. So, Cal, how's it going? What's up?
Hey. It's going pretty good. I'm at a new gym. I actually just finished a workout. It was pull day, so it was pretty fun. I like doing that. But yeah, can we talk about the fact that iron plates feel so much heavier than the rubber plates?
Yes, I agree with that. And I'm not sure if it's because it feels more dangerous to drop them because it will hurt worse.
Yeah.
Or if they really are just heavier. I'm not really sure.
But my old gym had only rubber, and this new gym only has iron. And it does feel more badass. I have to admit that. You feel
I like
much
the
cooler
sound.
with
Very
iron
nice.
plates. But I do get a little terrified, especially with dumbbells. I've noticed chest press. I mean, I've done it with iron plates before, but I'm way heavier than the last time I did use them, and now I'm like, oh god, I better not fuck this up. I better not fuck this up. And I'm just pressing, and so I guess maybe it's helping my intensity. Because I'm so
Wait,
terrified of dropping them on my face.
so wait, do they have iron dumbbells? Is it
Yeah,
old school? Oh, it's the old, they have little plates kind of stacked on. Oh, okay, those are super
yeah,
old. That's
yeah.
kind
They're
of
super old.
fun.
Yeah, everything in this gym that I'm at now is very old school, like old school iron
Mm,
style, like
yeah,
Arnold pictures everywhere. So Arnold is a very big deal in Columbus, because he used to live here, and
yeah,
Arnold obviously, but
yeah.
it is like the gym that all the pros work out at during the Arnold, and it's very old school. They have a lot of iron. They've almost all of the machines are hammer strength. It's very cool in that way, but I feel sometimes really silly in there, but I love it still. That's what I'm
Well, I
working with right
mean,
now.
when the Arnold rolls around, sounds like you might be brushing elbows with some pros. So that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, it does. It certainly does. And I work there one day a week, so who knows? Who knows? They have pictures of everybody who's been there and all that jazz. So that's kind of cool.
That's fun. Or
How
you
are you
could
doing?
just be like me, and I would not make eye contact and just hide somewhere. But
Well,
if you're normal,
I do have to remind you that last year at the Arnold, I got in trouble because I was taking a picture of Sebum
I
illegally.
remember that. You're like, I just got in trouble for taking a picture of Siva and was like, they can do that? Just taking a picture of him is bad? I'm pretty sure a million people take a picture of him every single day just walking down the street, and then you
Yeah.
take a picture of him at the Arnold and it's like, no.
Well, the reason that I was in trouble was because there was a meet and greet line, and I did
Mhm.
not want to pay for that, nor do I wait in line to take a picture. So I was just
Yeah.
standing around and had my phone up in the air taking one, and that's when I got in trouble.
I probably would have done something similar because I hate lines.
No,
I
not
don't
about
even
that
like
life.
standing in them at Disneyland or for rides, and I don't plan on riding sebum, because that would be weird. But definitely not going to wait in that line. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we
Uh,
we get to go to the Olympia soon, though.
Hell yeah, we do.
So that is exciting. We're like, we're 3 weeks out. I think according to the Instagram of all the bodybuilders doing their updates, it's been they're 3 weeks out. So we're 3 weeks
Yep.
out from the Olympia.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so that's
I'm
very exciting.
stoked. It's so
I've never been
funny
to
though because
Vegas.
I haven't been since I've been of age. I think I went when I was like 15,
Mm.
a long time ago. But yeah, what are you looking forward to the most? Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Definitely the classic physique athletes. I would say would be number one, just because like I just feel like it's more of this performance. It's more of an art because of their posing routines and stuff like that. And that's not to say that like other things like open bodybuilding isn't its own art form, but it's more of just like how fucking freakishly big can you get? And like classic is more refined, and their physiques are still pretty and not all like blown out and shit. So I really like classic, and it's funny because like I'm like a men's physique guy, but I still just don't have a whole lot of urge to be like, let's watch the men's physique because like I feel like they all look alike. So I don't
I
know,
don't know if
like that.
I don't know if I could name a class a men's physique competitor at the Olympia. I don't follow any of them. Like so I know like a ton of the open guys and I know a lot about the classic guys, but I don't know if I could really name a pro that I'm excited to see who's classic physique. No
I
judgment, I
follow a
mean, at
few.
all, but
Yeah, yeah. I follow a few. I think the hard part is that it's just not very entertaining to watch. Like,
yeah, they don't even
if
do
I were to
posing
watch
routines.
it, it would just because like it's the class that I'm kind of being forced into competing in. So I would be like,
Yeah.
let's look at their posing routines. Let's look at
Yeah.
how fucking huge they are. So like I know a few names. I've started following more men's physique guys to try to like get myself in the mood for doing it because my legs just broke forever. But yeah, it's not the most popular, and people tend to shit on men's physique people for like not doing legs. It's like it's just a knee injury class, man. It's not that we don't want to do legs. It's just we can't.
The one
One
class
day.
that, and I know this is kind of this is not our normal banter, but the one class that I always think that people underestimate are the fitness women. Those are my favorite to watch.
Yes,
They're
those
insane.
are. Yes,
They're insane, and they're
because
so entertaining to watch.
yeah, they're freakishly lean, but they actually have to perform. Like
And do
bodybuilders,
like hard things.
yeah, like posing is hard when you're that tired, lean, and exhausted. But can you imagine doing like a whole fucking gymnastic routine while you're like freakishly lean and depleted and just feeling
And
like
jacked
shit?
still. Like so they have to
Yeah.
maintain their flexibility too cuz like they have to do like so for people who don't know like the women's fitness people are like they have to do like certain moves. So like I know for sure they have to do a backflip and I know for sure they have to do splits and a one arm push up. But I know there's other movements that are required, but they're crazy to watch cuz I can't imagine being that jacked, that depleted and still have to do things.
Nah, yeah. I can't imagine. But also, I feel like they should have a men's fitness class because,
Yes.
like, that would be interesting. Like, I would like to. I don't know
I
why I'd
feel
like
like
to
it'd
see
be
that.
just gymnasts, like male
Yeah,
gymnastics guys.
that's true. Is that all fitness is? It's just
I have no idea.
women's gymnastics only shredded.
I don't know, but like I would love to see it, but who knows? I
I
could
know.
never do
And they have
that.
like costumes and themes and shit. It's entertaining. It's very
Hmm.
entertaining. For some reason, I don't think it gets enough hype. It should, but
It definitely
yeah.
doesn't. First
So
time I ever saw
basically,
it was at the Arnold.
bodybuilding. Okay, I haven't seen it in person. I've just watched it on TV at the Arnold, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "Damn, these girls are fucking nuts." But also, like, Generation Iron had a whole little thing on some of the fitness competitors, so that was fun to watch.
Oh, cool.
Um, but I feel like bodybuilding is just like the human dog show. Like
Kind of.
just all graded on physiques and whatever specimen is the best looking, most complete physique. And it's literally a human dog show. So that's fun.
It's true.
But
It's so true.
we have a very interesting sport. If you think about it too hard, like bodybuilding is really stupid. But if you think about any sport too hard, it's all really stupid. So pick your stupid. So
Well, that's what. This is another tangent, but we were at a hockey game earlier this year, and I'm like, who invented hockey? Like, let's make everybody stand on ice, but with knives strapped to their feet. And we're going to have the smallest ball that they have to score. And it's just like, and also a very
no
small
idea.
net. Like, what the fuck? What is
I
this?
don't
Oh, and
know.
they're allowed to fight, which on ice,
Yes.
which makes it no
Yeah.
like so dangerous.
I know. Yeah, legit. Like, there's so many things that could go wrong. Yeah, every sport's dumb. I mean, even basketball is dumb. Like, you have this ball you're trying to put through this round ball you're trying to put through this other round hoop thing to score points. And whoever thought of like, the 3-point line or what a technical foul is or 3 seconds in the key. Like, who thought of all these things to be like this complete sport? I don't know. I'm sure there's a history to it. We could actually Google it, but we just want to wonder. We don't want to know.
We just want to
actually.
wonder.
That's what life's about. Wonder.
Oh, that's funny.
We're doing
How was your
real
week?
good. It was good, except for like the past couple of days, I've just had trouble sleeping for I don't know what reason. So yeah, like today, just a little sleep deprived for some reason. I just couldn't sleep. But other than that, pretty good. Just the usual, nothing new. Thanksgiving, uh, we had at like a Brazilian steakhouse, so
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't have to cook for the first time in like forever. So it was very low stress, uh, and the food was really good. So overall, really good. Low stress Thanksgiving, and yeah, not a whole lot really to report, but yeah. How about you? Anything besides the new gym?
Nah, we went to girlfriend's family for Thanksgiving. Nothing. It was pretty low key. Very fun. But other than that, it's kind of just business as usual. I've also been having trouble sleeping, so that sucks. But
Maybe
whatever.
it's something in the air.
I guess so.
Maybe it's climate change. I don't know. Could be something. The Earth's spinning faster, and so we just can't sleep. I don't know. I've brought the dumbass to the show today, so that is my sleep deprived brain. But
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
so self care. Should we dive into
Yeah,
that?
let's dive into some self care. How do
All
you
right.
What is your favorite method of self care? Are you a bath guy?
Oh no, I get so bored like instantly. I've tried it and I just sit in there and then I'm like, now what do I do? Um, Honestly, let's see. Well, when it comes to like self care and I guess the traditional sense, if I'm like really tired and I need a break from something, honestly, I guess my favorite form of self care would either be like going with Des to the mall or something. They've got this new arcade, and we did this last week. It was really fun. So we just played some video games, and it's just kind of fun to play and not think about life. Uh, and then there's always, checking out, watching something on Netflix, uh, maybe something funny. Well, consuming a gummy of sorts so you can
Yes.
kind of laugh your ass off because laughter always makes things better. So, like, I'd say those are probably my top two forms, along with like walking and listening to a podcast of some sort. It's kind of meditative to me, I guess. So that's kind of my way of slowing down. Um, and then petting the dogs. That's always a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a
How
good
about
one.
you?
Um, I like to do outside things typically, so go on a hike, go on a walk, go futz around on my bike, any kind of outside thing. I think kind of taking like reconnecting with nature really helps me when I'm like stressed and need a outlet. I mean, I love TV and stuff. I'm like kind of zoning out like that. I think that's the easy one to do like on a daily basis. I like to mindlessly scroll TikTok sometimes because my TikTok algorithm is simply dogs, usually just dogs and other farm animals, sometimes farm animals. So it's the algorithm knows me
Oh,
very
that
well.
sounds kinky.
Yeah,
Dogs and farm animals. Okay.
dogs and farm animals. That's my thing.
Oh,
But yeah, that's kind of like my traditional sense self care. Um, but obviously, when we're talking about caring for oneself, we have all the. Oh, I forgot one more. I do journal a lot, and that helps me
oh yeah, me
tremendously,
too.
self care wise. I
Same.
try to keep that practice every day. Usually, I'm good for at least 5 days out of 7, which I am pretty happy with.
That's
But
definitely pretty good.
when it comes to self care, I think in some ways the society has rewired us to thinking that self care has to be very face mask bath time things, and we just
Mhm.
are here to remind people that self care is taking care of yourself. So feeding yourself
Yes.
properly with foods that know you digest well, and that are going to do your body good, as opposed to a lactose intolerant person eating a boat of cheese and wondering why their stomach is so upset. We just got to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, actually. And I know I called out a bunch of our audience, excuse me, because I feel like lactose intolerant people are the only ones who just are like, fuck a food allergy. Um,
The consequences just aren't bad enough for the lactose intolerant
apparently,
people.
or cheese is like too good. I don't know what it is, but they're unwilling to give it up. Um, and then like gym and walking and drinking water, these are all forms of self care, but have been like rebranded as punishment for some reason or something along those lines. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind
I
of what
mean,
I
it does
see.
for me. But yeah, I feel like we've kind of moved into this space where doing anything remotely hard or uncomfortable is like bad for you or toxic.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but life is full of shit that is uncomfortable, that we have to do even if we don't want to. That includes going to work. And, we would never tell someone, you should stop going to work. It's so toxic. So obviously, we have to do these things to keep a roof over our head, to keep ourselves healthy, to keep ourselves, surviving. So self care is, about taking care of yourself just like a parental figure would care for you. So feeding, clothing, bathing, brushing your teeth, all of those things that as children we hated. So now as adults, and they don't tell you this, but you have to parent yourself. And just because you want Oreos for dinner doesn't mean you should have Oreos for dinner. If you think about, if you would ask your mom when you were little, Mom, can I have Oreos for dinner? She'd be like, no. Fuck no, unless like she was the mom who was like, yeah, and I'm sorry, then maybe you're in therapy right now, but like, um, so boundaries are good. There's setting boundaries with yourself in the way that like your mom would do for you.
Right, and then like even if we don't necessarily love doing something, doesn't mean that we can't appreciate it or grow to appreciate it. Like I made a post about this the other day, but like I hate leg day. I am not a huge, and I know it's probably very triggering for Cody, but I'm not a huge
That's
fan of
okay.
leg day and or Bulgarian split squats, but they do wonders for your body and they will make me closer to my goals. Um, and I appreciate them. I think like, do I love doing them? Is that the workout that is that the exercise that is my favorite? No, not by any means. If I had my way, I would work my back all day long. And like, but like that
You
wouldn't
just
give
have a
me the
massive
result I want. Just
no.
I'd be like a turtle. But like, you have to be realistic. You have to understand what you want and why you want it, um, and realize that even if you don't love something, even if you don't like something, you can appreciate it. You can understand that it's good for you, and you can do it. And sometimes you can even be good at it. Like I would, and this is no. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but like my legs are probably the best part of my physique, and I fucking hate leg day. So clearly, I'm doing something okay, but it's just it is what it is. Like you have to do stuff that you don't always love or you don't really feel like doing just because again, you have to care for yourself. You have to understand why and why you want your goal, how you get there, and then follow through.
Yeah, and like one way to also look at it is, you might hate leg day. Someone might hate working out in general, but I bet you don't hate the results that it will bring you. So just focus on that and being like, this is all for a purpose. Of course, it's going to take time. It's not going to be instant. But I promise you, the hard stuff that you hate doing, you will not hate the results. Generally, the results are something that you're stoked about. Most hard things have a payoff in the end. So it's
Absolutely.
not for nothing if that helps.
Absolutely. I think that is everything. I think it's just understanding the process and understanding the goal. Like if once you like it's all about your head. It's right. It's never anything like doing these things is never like actually hurting you in a dangerous way. It might be sore, but it's all wrapping your head and getting your head on board with the plan and the idea of it and what the purpose is. But it's all like I said, it's all in your head. Like so, you just have to convince yourself that what you're
Yeah.
doing is important. And yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little.
And yeah, it's like if you can't figure out why something is important to you, it's a good thing to journal. Like
Yeah,
ask yourself why. Continually ask yourself why until you come up with an answer. Like just why is brushing your teeth important? And then you give an answer. Well, because I don't want cavities. Why? Because I don't have money to get them filled. Why? Well, I'm a broke ass bitch. Like, that's all. Okay,
yeah.
let's brush my teeth. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like for like a client who might be on a weight loss journey or something. Like, so why do you want to lose weight? Because I want to be able to play with my kids when they're 10 and they're only 1 right now. And so that's a long road. I'm not feeling great. I'm winded easily, whatever. You just have to go back and back and back until you figure out, like, I want to be healthy or I'm doing this for whatever reason. Everybody's reason is going to be different, but just have to understand it and be on board with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that like self-care tends to be particularly hard, I feel like, during like the winter months or like holiday season. Um, I don't know. I mean, we kind of talked about, seasonal depression and stuff like that. So I feel like sometimes when the weather is a certain way, it can be harder to, get ourselves motivated to actually care for ourselves. But the thing is, you always feel better afterwards. So, if you don't know where to start, what's like one thing you could do that makes you feel better? Maybe that's just taking a shower, or maybe like getting a haircut. I know sometimes that's pretty mood boosting for people, just simply getting a haircut, and that kind of just like builds momentum, makes one little thing makes you feel better, and then you kind of get the energy to kind of dive into the other things that you might need to do for yourself.
Yeah. Um, Another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with the self care, at least in my perspective, is the treat yourself, or how do I give myself a treat? So say I've done really well through the last month. I've not messed up anything. I stayed on plan. I really want to treat myself. Usually, what I would do is like have a really indulgent piece of cake or something. What would you what should I do? Like, what do I do if I can't do something that's a treat, that's food, or maybe not even money related? Like, how do you like to treat yourself? Quoting Parks and Rec.
So, how do I like to treat myself outside of food and money? Good question. That's hard because I do like to treat myself with like new like gym attire sometimes. So that's hard because I would need money for that. Uh,
Well,
Probably
okay, so you can have some money ones and then maybe some ideas for free ones too.
okay. So money ones, yeah, I'd probably just be like if there's something that I've really had my eyes on for a while, or something I've been wanting but didn't want to put the money. Like I might set a goal and be like, okay, when I hit this goal, I will purchase this for myself. I kind of recently did that with a pair of shoes. I have not reached that goal yet. I don't know when it will happen, but I was like, you know what? When I hit this, I'm buying myself a pair of Nikes. That's just what I said. I do that. Like that's probably my favorite way to treat myself because I feel like I worked for it and then like I don't have buyer's remorse when I actually
Mm-hmm.
like get to it. I'm like, damn, yeah, I did this, cool. And then it kind of has like this. It's symbolic, you know. Like you see those shoes and you remind yourself of that goal. You're like, okay, I did that. Now what else can we do?
Yeah.
As far as like, should I go for a food treat? Uh, or should we skip the food treats?
I'm trying to come up with ideas that aren't food treats for people.
Okay. So no food treats. Sorry guys, you just suffer. So let's go. I'm just kidding. Outside of anything money related, I would probably say like even just a night with Des, my girlfriend, watching something, um, or like just getting out of the house for the day and doing random shit. Like that's a treat to me. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty simple. It doesn't have to be anything. Oh, concerts. Yeah, like those are my probably my biggest favorite thing to do. Because it energizes you, like live music. There's something just about it. You always come out of it feeling inspired, more energized, and just like you're like, damn, I really needed that. It's almost like a drug, like a fix. So COVID really made that hard for a really long time, but finally concerts started coming back, and so we're going to a Paramore concert. We're going to the Lone Bellow. We saw Wild Rivers a couple months back. So yeah, concerts, apparel that I normally don't want to spend on myself. That's how I usually like to
That's
do
your
it.
treat.
How about you? Yeah.
I have a couple different ones. So I've definitely done the retail thing where I'm like, so the one thing that people, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but the one thing that people don't tell you about when you get into bodybuilding is how many freaking clothes you outgrow. And it is very
Mm.
annoying because I can't have any
Nice.
nice things anymore. But because I don't want to spend money on it, because if I'm going to outgrow it in a couple months or 3 4 months, I'm like, well, then that's not wasn't worth it. Anyways, so I
Right.
do like the retail treats. New clothes, new shoes, whatever. Um, I really like treating myself with like time off. Essentially, is so like, um, especially if like I got something good in business or something happened, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the day and do like fun errands. Like I'll run to the thrift store and look at used clothes because that is more fiscally responsible right now for me with my current outgrowing thing, and or like time to read a book that isn't work related, so like a fiction book. Time to I don't know, go do something that I have been wanting to do, different events or whatnot. um, so I like doing that kind of thing. Like it feels like a little bit of a time break, like taking PTO is what it feels like. And that's always a nice treat. I do a lot of coffee treats because so I don't typically go out for coffee very often. Because I can make it at home, and but like every once in a while I'll go out for like a fancy cold brew or some kind of other like non-fat latte or something. Just because it feels a little bit special, or go to like a new place. I really like trying new places out, coffee wise. So things like that. Yeah, those I think are my favorites that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. I was just thinking the coffee out thing, yeah, that too. Like, there's just something about it where you feel you're just like, I deserve to have my coffee made for me. And then you go and you
Yeah.
get it. It's like so easy, but at the same time, it's so good.
It's so good, and like because usually they have like fun, different sugar-free syrups and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah.
fun. Um,
Yeah.
I was trying to help some people with like some like ideas of how to treat yourself because I feel like with our capitalist society, a lot of treats tend to be like shopping sprees or like food, and I try to get away from the idea that food isn't something that you have to earn. You don't have to like earn food. It's nice to have a treat meal every once in a while, and we can definitely do that, and that isn't bad at all. But just remember, you don't have to earn any type of food. So
No.
wanted to put that
Yeah.
in there.
You don't have
That's
to
why I was
earn
trying
it.
to stay away.
It's just good to moderate it, you know,
Oh,
like
for sure. And they're
like your mom, you
celebratory
know?
foods. Yeah.
Self-care,
Yeah,
right?
there's celebratory foods, and that's a great thing to have, or food to make memories with.
Yeah, or like when you go out, for your birthday, you always celebrate usually with like cake and dinner, whatever, like
Yeah,
your dinner of choice. So, I think that's something that, there's a bit of it's not black and white when it comes to food. Like you have some like crazy ass, bodybuilding coaches, I won't name any names, but they're kind of like food's not for enjoyment, it's just meant for you to fucking eat it for fuel. And like I get that, on paper that makes sense, it's true. But there's so much wrapped up in food besides just fuel. Like it's how we celebrate things. It's how we like come together and how we bond. It's so embedded in our culture. So, uh, for if anyone ever tells you, like food isn't meant to be enjoyed, it's just fuel, like probably run away.
yeah, and then like also, we're not professional bodybuilders. Like, and especially if you're just like a lifestyle
I'm
fitness,
insulted. Just
yeah,
kidding.
right. But like, we this isn't our entire life, so just remember that like making and breaking everything based off of what you're eating every like being yes we should be good and on plan most of the time, but like also remember that this is a journey that you do have to live your life too. So for those like celebratory moments like Thanksgiving or something, don't worry about food all the time. So
Right. Yeah, and I feel like anyone who like when it comes to bodybuilding and when you're in prep and bodybuilders are just more rigid, more routine, and there's a time and a place for the rigid routine stuff. But I feel like a lot of people with just kind of they're not bodybuilders, they just kind of have goals of feeling better, getting healthier. I think they kind of have this idea that they have to do things like bodybuilders in order to get like less results. Like they're just like, I can't do that now. I won't have a life. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like you could have maybe even just a 30-minute workout, maybe yeah, maybe an hour workout 3 times a week. So like, what's your life like? Are you constantly socializing? Um, are you constantly eating out? Like I can understand if someone doesn't want to change that and doesn't have a problem with that. That's totally cool. Then live your life. But if you're someone who's like, man, I just don't feel good. I want to be healthier. Might want to reevaluate that and be like, what can I prioritize? What can I move around? Where can I cut back so that I can create time to practice self care in the form of proper self care, not like indulgent self care.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like you can also do those spa things if that's really your way that you want to treat yourself, like do your own nails or go and get them done or do like a facial and massage. Those are valid like fun things that you can do, but those would be in my opinion more of a treat yourself as opposed to a self-care situation.
Yeah. Yeah, and it probably depends on your personality too. Like, if you're
Also
type A, like me, and someone's like, you should go to the spa and get a massage. I'm like, that sounds awful. So it's like maybe for people who like don't like typical treat yourself self care, that might be kind of more on the line of actual self care because it's not, it's kind of uncomfortable for you. So
right.
you're still pushing yourself in a way that you wouldn't normally. So probably just there's probably a spectrum depending on
Oh yeah. Oh
who
yeah.
you are as a person and what you like. But if you're someone who like only does spa days for self care and that's it, yeah, I'm sorry, but you probably got to look into that.
I love that. Yep. Yep. Probably true. And like I said, there's no shame in that game. Do your thing, but just making sure that you are actually caring for your whole body, not just your mind, because a lot of those are like mind related in actuality.
Yeah.
Even though the tasks are being performed on your body, it's really just giving your mind a
Oh,
break.
I just thought of another self care thing that falls under, well, okay, so therapy. Uh, just because, like, I feel like I mean, that's like number one, I feel like, because that your mental health is like the foundation of your health. You can't be healthy without having healthy mental health. So
Mm-hmm,
definitely
mm-hmm.
therapy. And that really just ties in a lot with everything with fitness, even motivation, getting yourself to take care of yourself, um, that mental aspect of things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Therapy is a good thing.
Yes. Yes, it
everybody
is.
should, everybody should try it.
I I agree. I agree. There's nothing wrong with it. I go
No.
every week.
Yeah. Yep. It was so frowned upon when I was a little kid. Like it was like a
Same.
punishment, and it was like, oh my god, no wonder we need therapy now.
Right? It was like, I'm gonna send you to a shrink kind of thing. It was like a
Yes.
threat, like a
Yes.
warning.
I think
You're
my
like, oh
mom actually
no.
said that. Yeah.
I think mine did too. My mom used to like threaten to take me to the orphanage, so that
Oh
was
my
very kind. We had this movie, I don't know, okay, I don't know if anyone has ever watched this. This is very strange, but I used to watch this movie growing up. It was Heidi. Um and it was a very old movie where her like she went and like tried to live with her grandpa, but they like took her away from her grandpa, and then she had to live in the orphanage. So I was terrified of the orphanage because it was like such an awful place, and they treated her so poorly that my mom started threatening to take me to the orphanage so that I would comply.
Oh my gosh.
I was just like thinking back, I'm like, man, that's fucked up. Thanks, mom, for my abandonment issues.
Oh my
Anyways,
gosh.
speaking of
That's
therapy, I go
hilarious.
tomorrow. I'm ready.
Mark that
uh,
on the list. Mark it on the list. That's hilarious.
sorry, mom, if you're listening to this, but that was fucked up.
Did your mom listen to the podcast?
I don't know. Sometimes I think she does.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Is
that's
your
funny.
chicken ready?
Yes.
I recognize the chicken timer.
Chicken timer. Did you have anything else for self care or treat yourself?
No, sorry. I might go on another tangent about my mommy issues. Just kidding. Um, let's see. Is there anything else? I do feel like video games can be a form of treat yourself self care because for me, I only play one video game, which is Tony Hawk, and I play it because it's so fucking familiar. I just get to push the buttons. I already know what to push. I already know how to beat all the shit mostly that I gotta remember, of course. But it like keeps your hands and mind busy so that you don't really have a chance to overthink things.
Hmm.
So it becomes like if you have anxiety, it can become a way to get a break from like cycling or spiraling thoughts. So that's a little hack if you suffer from that, because that's definitely my weapon of choice sometimes. Like if my brain won't stop, just kind of dwelling on the negative stuff or like going to gloom and doom, like the world is ending, then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna play some Tony Hawk.
That's a good idea. I think I used that a lot in high school. Which, speaking of Tony Hawk video
Saying
games,
I'm young.
um, I found my N64 in the basement the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, it still
oh, does
has
it
Tony
still
Hawk
work?
Pro. Yes, it does. I don't know if I have a
Is it the
TV that
first?
it can be plugged into though. I think all the plugs are
Oh my
different now.
God,
So I'm gonna
that's
have to
so
find some
crazy. I didn't
kind
even
of
think about
adapter.
that.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
you could go to
TVs don't have.
Goodwill,
Oh, and
buy
get a
an old,
shitty
old
tube
TV.
TV.
Yeah, yeah. No one wants them.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably free. Um, but
It's
yeah,
available.
I used to use that a lot. Like especially button mashing games,
Yes.
like Mortal
Did you ever
Kombat and
play?
stuff.
Yeah, or like Super Smash Brothers. It
Yeah, yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah, so good. Just like pressing as many buttons as you can, sometimes replicating the same move if you're
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah, yeah. If you're lucky, let's not get carried away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I don't think I have anything. You ready for the power talk?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So today's power talk comes from an unlikely source. Let me see. Let me pull it up.
Is it from the Bible?
Not that
Because
unlikely.
if so,
Uh,
okay.
well, it's from Madonna. So I get
Oh,
isn't Madonna?
okay,
She's in the
close enough.
Bible. Uh,
But she's like, she's old enough. She doesn't look a day over 40, but she's ancient for sure.
All right. So what I have for us today is no matter who you are, no matter what you did, no matter where you come from, you can always change and become a better version of yourself. Um, I think people get really wrapped up in who they think they are, or all the identities that they've put on themselves. I'm not that type of person. I can't do that. I fit in this box that I'm very familiar with, right? But I think people don't understand that they can just not do that and branch out of their box and try doing something else. Try doing it a different way, and that doesn't make you any less you. You can still have all your same traits, all your same personality traits, and just doing different things, and that doesn't lose yourself in there, but it just becomes a more enhanced different version of yourself. It's like the 2.0, and just trying to improve yourself a little bit day by day, to make yourself feel better or perform better or think better, clearer. None of that's bad. Wanting to make those changes doesn't mean that you have something bad that you're trying to correct in yourself. It's just enhancing yourself. So I just want to kind of reiterate the fact that trying to improve isn't bad, and it isn't something that you can't do. I think striving for improvement is great, and continually trying to make yourself a better version or more truer version of you is admirable. So I just want to throw that out there, and if anybody needs to hear it, it's really okay. You don't have to feel like you're abandoning your old self to become more than you are currently. So that's what I
Yeah,
have for today.
I like it. Yeah, we all evolve and grow with time, and I feel like I think it can be like hard sometimes not to come from a place of judgment, kind of like judging yourself and being like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I should be doing this. What am I doing? Gosh, I'm so dumb. Like, why the fuck did I do that? But I notice, I feel like this. I've run across many Instagram therapists that were like, you should approach yourself with curiosity, and then you won't be judging yourself, and you won't feel so bad. And I'm like, cool, yeah, let's do that. Curiosity is what we do. We will approach this with curiosity and wonder, as we talked about earlier. But yeah, so just a different approach. If you're
Different
hard on
effort.
yourself, then yeah, just approach it with curiosity. Seriously, it
Yeah,
helps. So yeah,
absolutely. There's no shame in trying something different. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but you can at least say you tried it. So that's what we
exactly.
have for you this week. Come back again and make sure you listen to that special episode if you missed it.
Yes, and sign up for our email list if you haven't yet at Your Fit Lab. Is that right? Your
Yes.
lab, your fit lab. I want to say like your lab fit, and it's like no, that's oh shit. Now I fucked myself up. Your
Fit Lab.
something fit lab. Yourfitlab.com. All right, you got it. Go there,
We got
sign
it.
up for the email list, and yeah, we will see you next time.
All right. Adios.